All right, good afternoon, everybody. It's about 2 o'clock on Sunday the 28th. Over at the garage for a little bit this afternoon. I had to break away for some full weekend worth of basketball and what have you, family stuff. So really not a whole lot that I intend to do today. I'm going to get the rear valance welded in for the rest of the way. I still got a couple dozen plug welds to finish up. And then I'm going to take the boot lid back off and try to fix the hole that I have up in this corner over here. I've got the patch from the black car that I can cut apart and get that fit. And really, other than that, not much else. So it'll be a quick little trip, and we'll see how it goes. All right, it's about 3 o'clock. I don't know if you can see the haze in here from me grinding and welding and the smoke and all that, but I got pretty much the rear valance all welded in and ground down. There's still some spots and holes and stuff, but nothing too bad. So a bunch of plug welds, I don't know, a couple dozen of them down here, and then all the way over to this side as well. So this piece right here, this is the finisher piece that essentially just kind of caps this seam. It's regular mild steel. There's not it's not chromed or anything, and obviously it's got a pretty wide gap in it to be able to fit the 3 panels that come together there. But essentially it just kind of fits over top of all those seams and covers it up and makes it look nice. So I'm not going to put this in now. This will probably be one of the final things that I would do with the car. It does get painted the color of the car. I guess if you really wanted to, you could chrome it or paint it, but I don't intend to do that. And the factory, I believe it was spot welded, so I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that. Maybe I'll use adhesive there. I don't know if I want to spot weld it, or if I do, maybe just, tacks, since it's not structural or anything like that. Maybe just every 6 inches or so throw a spot weld in there, because I got to drill holes in the thing. But anyway, so there you go. So as far as I'm concerned, and as far as right now is concerned, I'm done with the rear valance. Obviously still some finishing work, like always for me, but I'm good for that for today. Now my next focus is going to be over here on this big hole. Like I had mentioned, I got a piece off the black car, which is in good shape. So what I would like to do is cut here on the black car inside inside the well, whatever you want to call it, and in here, and then cut in here and across that, so that I don't run into having to worry about welding on the top here and another body panel or exposed weld that I need to worry about. So it's pretty good size. I wish I'd cut it just a little bit longer that way, but it should be enough to take out all the rusted spots. So I'm going to cut out the Arthes section first, and then fit the black car up from there, and hopefully it works. All right, it's about 3:45. I got the black car's patch all cut up and ready to go. Screwed that cut up there, if you can see that huge gap there. So I'll have to deal with that. And I got a little bit wide of a gap there that I will use the spoon on. This one here, I may have to put a piece of metal in. But I'm going to tack it into the channel, work my way across as I do, and form it to get it to fit and line up properly. And that'll be about it for the day. But there you go. All right, it's about 4:15. I'm going to wrap it up for the day. Like I said, it's going to be short and sweet today. So I did get the rear valance pretty much most of the way in, like I showed you already. There's still some spots to do, but I'm going to worry about that later. And I got this patch in. Not too bad. A couple holes that I got to fill, but not too many of them. I was able to fill that big gap in with all weld metal there, so that'll make that easier. I keep forgetting to bring my Dremel to the garage so I can get all those interior weld beads ground down and everything like that. Still got that gap to deal with there, and then what I'm going to do with all the remaining random gaps throughout, and I forgot to weld that crack. That gap over there, so still some work, obviously, but all in all, not too bad. So the next big step that I'm going to do is essentially stop with repairs here, unless I come across something that I haven't seen yet. I think the majority of my repairs are now complete, as scary as that sounds. So what I'm going to do next is get the body onto the chassis. I do have that one repair for the the heater fan, but I'm not going to worry about that yet, I don't think. Anyway, get the body onto the chassis, get the bonnet onto that also. That'll be an interesting event. And then try to get it all lined up and get the door gap set and all that, and then get the outer sills welded in. So that's going to probably be several visits there. Get my oldest over here to help me manhandle the body onto the frame, and we'll go from there. So hopefully pretty soon here I'll be ready to start welding up the outer sills, and holy cow, may be ready to move on to more body work, vice body repair, in preparation for getting her painted. So moving along, a little steps, little things at a time. Get a couple hours over here like today, and knock out some cancer repairs. That's always a good thing. So I appreciate everybody watching and subscribing. Just about 300 now. Thanks to Chef Tush for giving me a shout out on his YouTube page as well. I believe you referenced the website. So thanks for that, Chef. And again, thanks for the big subscription push. I still got obviously several hundred to go. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to keep doing this regardless. So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. But anyway, have a good rest of your weekend. And hopefully you all get over here in the middle of the week or so like normal, and continue on. Have a good night. Cheers.